Hey everyone, welcome back to Mitchell Markets. Normally this is a trading channel. We talk charts, setup, discipline, risk management, but today I've got to step out of that lane for a second because I'm seeing something everywhere and it's honestly getting out of control. Young people, 18 to 29, drowning in debt, no savings, no plan, no discipline, and then wondering why life feels impossible. And listen, a lot of it isn't your fault. The system is expensive, rent is brutal, wages have not necessarily caught up, but at the end of the day, you still need to take some accountability because no one is going to save you. And something a lot of people don't consider is the quality of life has increased. Housing, of course, is more expensive than it has been back in the day. I mean, houses now they have AC, a lot more amenities, and so on and so forth, as well as land becoming more expensive. And that is just one example of where quality of life has risen over the years, and cost is going to reflect that. So today I'm going to be talking about a few key things you should know in your 20s and things that I have learned along the way to help you learn about financials, become financially intelligent, as well as some mistakes that you are making that need to be fixed. First, we're going to talk about financial intelligence. Are you ready to handle a credit card? Before we get into wealth investing or trading, before we get into wealth investing or trading, let's ask the real question. Are you financially intelligent enough to handle debt in general? Because a lot of people are not. Do you pay your credit card off every month? Do you spend more than you make? Do you swipe your card for dopamine? Are you buying things you want instead of things that save you money long term? If the answer to any of that is yes, then you're not ready for leverage, you're not ready for investing, and you're not ready for credit. Financial literacy is not optional, it's survival. And nowadays, there are tons of tools you can use that give similar benefits to a credit card but are not a credit card. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, stuff that gives you cash back without letting you dig yourself into debt. For example, I use PayPal's 5% cash back at the grocery store. Groceries are a necessity, so every time I shop, I'm literally getting 5% back. And I can change that category every single month. So there are tons of tools that you can leverage the advantages of a credit card without actually owning one. Now we're going to look at good debt versus bad debt. If you don't know the difference, you're already behind. Young people love talking about debt is killing us, and yes, some debt absolutely is. But there's two types of debt, and you need to figure out if you're financially intelligent and responsible enough to handle any of it. Bad debt, credit cards you don't pay off, buy now, pay later is one of the biggest traps of this generation. Clothes, gadgets, nights out, anything that is losing all its value immediately, anything bought for social media, validation, and this is the kind of debt that keeps you broke forever. Good debt is completely different. Funding a skill, first car, if it helps you get to work, that supports a real business, investing in something that can actually appreciate in value. If your debt is not building you, it's bearing you. So you have to look at every dollar you borrow and ask, is this producing value or destroying? And most young people do not ask that, but if you want to be a winner, and now some tough love is that you need to stop complaining and start competing. Here's the truth. The game is rigged, but so what? Complaining about the system does not change your bank account. People say it's hard to save, it's hard to build wealth, it's hard to get ahead, and yes, it is. But the people who win understand something simple. You can't change the game, but you can change how you play. You control your spending, you control your habits, you control whether you learn skills or waste time, and you control to a degree your financial intelligence. Freedom is earned through discipline and not comfort. You don't necessarily need more money, but you do need better decisions. People always say they're broke because they don't make enough. But listen, a lot of people making 5K a month are broke. A lot of people making 10K a month are broke. And it's because they're financially illiterate. You can make average money and still get ahead if you're smart. Instead of $8 Starbucks coffee, you can buy a $60 machine that lasts years. Instead of a $20 face wash, you can go to TJ Maxx and get the same one for $7. Instead of $200 shirts, you can find the same thing on eBay for $45. Instead of paying for Ubers, buy a bike or buy a cheap car and save thousands a year. Instead of financing clothes and shoes, invest that same money into yourself or in the market because small investments compound. Here's just an example of eBay. You can find very good sneakers for half the cost as if you went to Shoe Carnival or another shoe store. And look at this great face wash on TJ Maxx's website for $5.99, where you go to a Guess or a Sephora and they're spending 20 to 25 for the exact same ingredients. And trust me, I have looked at these ingredients. I spend most of my time as a male model, and I know face washes like this work just as well. You want to know why? Because I buy my face wash, Good Skin, from TJ Maxx 80% of the time. It's the same key ingredients. Look at this, a nice simple coffee machine at Best Buy for 70 bucks. Instead of getting Starbucks 5, 6, 7 times for this price, you can have coffee for a year or two and as often as you would like. And the fact is, statistics don't lie, your feelings don't change the numbers, and 34% of young adults 18 to 28 have zero emergency savings. 1 in 3 Americans now have more credit card debt than savings. The average 20-something-year-old spends over $3,000 a year just on eating out and delivery. They spend $1,200 to $2,000 on subscriptions that they hardly even use. Most spend more on alcohol and entertainment than they invest in themselves or the market. And most young adults do not understand basic financial literacy. And that's not a system problem. That's a habits and priority problem. And I know this because I'm in my early 20s too, and I chose to play the game differently, investing, trading, saving, making decisions that are going to build me up instead of tear me down. And honestly, the people that complain, they don't act, they insist on being rescued, they're the ones causing their own problem. And you can win, but only if you own it. You are not powerless, you are just undisciplined, and that's fixable. These things are not supposed to be easy, and if you want a better financial future, less stress, more freedom, and real wealth, then you can't act like a victim of the system. You need to act like a competitor in it. You don't need perfect conditions. You need to adapt to it. And if you're watching this and are serious, think about where every dollar is going. Be intentional with your purchases. Don't go into bad debt. And if you guys want more real talk like this, I know this is mostly a trading focused channel, but this was something I felt people my age needed to hear from someone my age who's also going through the same steps and processes. So hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to ask some questions, drop some comments, and next video back into our normal trading. We have a few MES trades that I want to go over, as well as some more vertical spreads that I'm playing to finish off my year. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe. You do.